Americans and America's national interest. I believe we had a national interest there.
The Taliban has taken control of Afghanistan's capital city, Kabul, almost 2 decades after they were driven out by U.S. troops. And tonight, the U.S. is scrambling to get American civilians and Afghan allies out. Good evening. I'm Carlo Cicchetto. Reaction to the move by the U.S. to leave Afghanistan has been strong and swift. Today, the president defended his decision, and tonight, the big question is, does this pose a threat to America? News 8's Ariana Cohen spoke with a retired military official for his perspective.
It's been scenes of chaos in Afghanistan. I talked to a retired military official who shares his take of what this could mean for American safety.
We are horrified.
In this video that has now gone viral, thousands of Afghans are scrambling onto the tarmac of Kabul's international airport, desperate to escape the Taliban capture of their country. Many trying to hang on to this American military jet as it takes off, and many others trying to climb airport walls to flee the country.
This is like Saigon falling in 1975 with Vietnamese hanging on to the skids of a helicopter on the top of the embassy, but it's probably worse.
The Taliban swept into Kabul Sunday after President Ashraf Ghani fled the country, ending a 2-decade campaign in which the United States tried to transform Afghanistan. Now U.S. troops are evacuating Afghanistan.
Yeah, so I'm absolutely convinced that this was bad for America.
Retired Army Major General Jeff Schloesser, and author of Marathon War, Leadership and Combat in Afghanistan, says U.S. troops should have never left.
I mean, I believed a handful of Americans and some air support should have stayed in the country for years to come.
Administration officials say President Biden remains opposed to keeping U.S. forces in Afghanistan for a 3rd decade of war.
I stand squarely behind my decision. American troops cannot and should not be fighting in a war and dying in a war that Afghan forces are not willing to fight for themselves.
I do believe it provides much more opportunity for al-Qaeda to plot against us. Or the al-Qaeda want to attack America, just like they did in 9/11. So I don't want Americans to go out there and be fearful of anything, But what I do say is we need to be cognizant when we make decisions like this. There are repercussions.
Retired Army Major General Jeff Schloesser says the U.S. should have kept thousands of advisors and air support there, adding that the U.S. has troops around the world already in Germany, South Korea, and Kuwait for protection. I'm Ariana Cohen for News 8.